Callie. I am in the rubber room today for a Create with Chris at Lunchtime live. So I'm just going to check and make sure I'm in the right spot. You guys know me. I could be anywhere right now, right? Okay, so... All right, so the voice is off now. I think I'm good, right? It always takes me a few minutes to get coordinated here. So today, you guys, I just wanted to remind you all about the Join Stampin' Up! Special during Celebration. When you join during Celebration, you get the starter kit, which costs $99, and you get to pick $125 of merchandise to put in it. That can be anything you want from any current catalog, okay? And then you get to add on 2 extra stamp sets. So in addition to the $125 for only $100 that you pay, you get 2 more stamp sets, and Stampin' Up! Throws in a free paper pumpkin, and they ship it for free. So what a great deal all the way around. Plus you'll get demonstrator perks. If you decide to order, you will get 20 to 25% off any order that you place after you purchase your starter kit. Or you cannot place any orders at all if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. That's one of the big benefits I like of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is I get to do it my way. And as part of our team, you'll get to come to weekly meetings. Monthly meetings. And we have monthly get-togethers for stamping. We do all kinds of really fun things. We have a great team Facebook page where we do challenges and play games and have all kinds of fun there. So, hi Kay, thanks for stepping in. And this joint special will go through the very end of Celebration, which is the end of February. So last night we had our Rubber Queen team meeting. And there was a stamper there. Her name is Catherine Sanders. It's with a C. And you can find her on Facebook at Stampin' with Catherine. And the Stampin' has no G on it. She shared these cards made with the Calmin Camellia stamp set. Now this is a stamp set that you can get for hosting a party or placing a minimum $300 order. So you can place that order all by yourself. You can gather with friends, have a party, and when your sales reach $300, you get this host set for free. It is the most gorgeous flower, and I love this little piece in the background here. And the beautiful, beautiful sayings and that gorgeous little swirl. So, I want to share with you the card that she made, but I haven't made it yet. So we're going to just kind of go through this together and see what the process is going to be, okay? And there's some more samples. She actually had done these cards with us, and this one she did a circle. Her cards just turned out absolutely gorgeous, so I have to make them, of course. Let me grab a couple more blocks. And we'll see. I'm sure I can't do her card justice, but I am certainly going to try it with such a cool effect for her card. So I'm going to start with a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. And this to me is such a regal color. I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. And I am going to score my entire piece. And it's going to give me 2 card bases. Okay, and let's see what I have here. We'll set that aside. And I'm going to use my bone folder to just give it a good crisp crease where I've scored it. This is not at all what I planned to do with you today, but it was so gorgeous. I just had to try it. Okay, and then I'm going to come in and I am going to stamp a background, I think maybe with this stamp, onto, this has so many just beautiful pieces. And I may actually use this one too. We'll see what it looks like. So let's get this one. I'm not even going to take time to put my labels on these. I'm sure you guys all know how to put a label on, so I won't waste your time doing that. Hi, Debbie. I hope you're having a great time in Florida. It's very, very cold here. And I know you guys got some bad weather there last weekend too, so you kind of have to make your way around a lot of different things there, don't you? Okay, so opening our ink pads, the quick and easy way, just put your thumbs up there by those dots and press down and it'll pop right up. Flip it towards you and then push it away from you. Okay, super easy. Just 3 or 4 light taps on your ink pad. And this is a reflective stamp set, which these are some of my favorite anyways. So I'm going to turn it that way so it's, and I'm just going to kind of randomly stamp this. And because I am stamping on like a tone on tone, like a monochromatic, it's going to be a really light image. But I'll hold it up there so you can see it. And I am just going to use this one and not use both of them. And I'm kind of going in all directions. So some are upside down, some are sideways. And you don't need to cover the whole area. And I'm certainly not going to worry about the middle because I do have a focal point that's going to go in the middle. So let's see if I can get it up there so you can see it. And it's just kind of a really light image because I did do it on the dark on dark. Let me see. I don't think you can really see it there. Let's see if I hold my light up. If that will help it. Okay, maybe a little bit. I will take a picture of it and put it up there though, so you'll be able to see it. And then I took a piece of Whisper White cardstock and I cut it using the stitched rectangles dies. If you guys don't have these dies, they are an absolute must. I use them all the time. And if you watch my videos, you know I use them all the time. So I'm gonna leave my stamp ink side or rubber side up and ink it. And when I have a big stamp like this, it's just easier to cover everything when it is laying flat like that. And I guess while I have this out too, I'm going to take a piece of scrap white paper and I'm going to stamp my sentiment on it. So I'll bring that in here. And we're going to cut this out with a die. So I'm not going to pay too much attention if I'm straight or not straight because I can fix that with the die. Let me just, okay. And I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to give this just one more tap all the way around. Okay. And this is going to have such a great soft look to it. Let me get it right in the middle of my paper for you. And this is going to fit kind of tight on there. I'm going to make sure I get it pressed down really good in the middle. And this is the trick she showed us that was just, it made it such a gorgeous, gorgeous image. She didn't show us, she told us about it. So I'm going to bring in my Wink of Stella. Okay. And my Wink of Stella is going to blend the ink that's there. So it's going to make it darker and it's just going to fill it in. If you guys can see that. So those white spaces are actually going to get a little bit of color. And the darker spaces are going to get more color. And that's happening because that is a water-based ink. So when you add something wet to it, it is going to smear. So you could really do this with any color. But I like that really dark color. I think it's elegant. It has such a rich look to it. And if you go to Catherine's Facebook page, she has some more samples there that are just gorgeous. She, I think last night, used every color, and she made the cards in the catalog, and they all just turned out beautiful. She did a couple little tricks with each of them, little tweaks to make them her own. But if you did not have your heart set on this stamp set, just seeing her cards last night would do it. And you can see, I kind of tried to do it half and half, so you can see what a difference your blender pen makes. So it actually gives it just a really pretty watercolor look. So it looks less like a photograph and more like a painting almost. And then on top of it, you get that bright, shiny, shimmery effect from the Wink of Stella, which makes it just beautiful. And it only takes a few minutes to get your color on there. Oh, I think this is turning out so pretty. Okay. And I'm going to set that aside to dry for just a minute. And I'm going to bring in my little mini boss machine here. And I'm going to use the die from Dressed to Impress. And this, I think the dies are like all dressed up, but they have this great little one that's just perfect. So it's this one, and I'm gonna use my number 1 plate into 2, and I'm gonna put my words on there, my little sentiment. This is gonna make just a gorgeous birthday card. You've got it in there right. And I'm gonna put another 2 on top of it. And we're just gonna push them through there. Got my machine in here backwards, so it looks like I'm struggling a little bit because my right hand usually isn't the cranking one. Okay, but it works, right? And there is my sentiment. Just gonna pop that out of there. And I have my card base. And let's see, I'm gonna bring in a piece of maybe 5 by 3 3/4 white. And I'm just going to, as I'm going along, I'm changing my mind and doing different things here. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece here, that stamp, and I'm going to put that on the inside. So I'm just going to stamp this down in my bottom corner here. And I think I'm going to do the same thing and bring in my Wink of Stella and just kind of blend that around. And that way the inside and the outside will match. And I probably, after I'm done with my video, will come back in and do an envelope that will coordinate with it too. I'm glad you guys are here on your lunch hour, spending some time with me. It means a lot that you come and watch. And this is just such a great little technique. I hope you love it as much as I do. I see lots of techniques and cards and go, oh, I want to case that, I want to make that. And rarely am I so excited that I have to do it the next day. Usually I have a list of things to do that I have to wait until I really have a play day, but this one I coordinated it with my work day, my lunch hour, and then I got to play and try out this new technique. And I do really like it. Okay, so I'm going to bring in some Stampin' Seal. And I'm going to put that on the front of my card. And I'm just going to center it. Well, I guess I want to make sure I'm going in the right direction before I do that. And I am. Oh my goodness. I just spread my ink all over, so don't do that, you guys. Be sure you let that wink of Stella dry. I'm not sure where that even came from, but looks like the back of my hand. Okay, so then I'm going to put this one on the inside. Get it a little straight for you. And I am going to pop my words up on some dimensionals. I'm going to put them over here, so they're going to kind of cover up where I smeared my ink there. And, oh, I had some long ones here. I think that's what I'll use there. Is that long one? Okay. And these are just adhesive strips. Oh, hi, Bambi. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you like the card. I love that kind of technique. So put this over here just a little. And then I think I'm going to bring in some ribbon. Did I bring some ribbon? Yes, I did. Okay. And I'm going to put the ribbon right there. And then when I tie my bow, I'm going to be able to cover up where I spread my ink, spilled my ink there. Okay? So I'm just going to put this down with some glue dots. And normally I would put this behind that piece of basic white cardstock, but I didn't think of that until I needed to hide this. So it's going to go right on top. And I'm going to cut it there and put a little glue dot on this side. And then I'm just going to put a bow on there. Always when you guys do something like smear your ink, there's always a way to get around it. So don't ever panic and feel like, oh, I messed this whole thing up. Because there's always a way we can fix it. And this bow is a little stiff, so I'm just going to kind of break it down a little bit by putting my thumb on put it on my snips, my thumb on top, and then just pull it through. And I'm just going to do a double looper here. And then play around until I get it kind of more size proportionate. And this is our organdy ribbon. It was in the mini catalog for the winter, and it's carrying over, and it is just gorgeous. Okay, so play around with it for a minute. And then trim my edges. And this does have some little glittery pieces that come off. And especially when you're going to run it through your scissors like I did. And then I'll put a little glue dot on this. And I'm going to put it right there. And just pull my little tails over. Here we go. And then I have some of these little clear gems that I'm going to use. You know what? I think I might... Did I bring my rhinestones over here? Yeah, I think I'm just going to use clear rhinestones with this one. Just a couple left here, but I think a couple is all I need. Kind of flipping all over today, aren't they? Okay, so my one tip I would give you is to be sure you let that wink of Stella and your ink dry really good before you flip it over and get your fingers on it and all that kind of other fun stuff. Put that one right there. Okay, so there we have it. And I think you guys can see that. I think it's so, so pretty. It's just striking with that really dark Blackberry Bliss color. So, thanks for joining me today, you guys, on your lunch hour. I hope you enjoy the rest of it. And I'll be back here on Monday night for another free More Fun Mondays class. Bye-bye.